Hi guys, welcome back to another sit down video. My name is Islam Tagane. For those of you who do not know, if you've just come across this channel, if you've just come across this face, hello king, hello queen, so nice to meet you. So nice to meet you on this channel. Let me give you the tea. It's all about music, faith, wellness, beauty, and just a bit of lifestyle sometimes. All right, so grab yourself something because child, today's topic is something something a bit touchy. Church hurts. Yeah, church hurts. I know, right? How? How? Because the church is a place that's full of Christians, and Christians are supposed to be. So how does it even weigh? How? Kanjani, bro. Grab yourself something. I am having myself a McFeast from McDonald's. I got this. You guys will not believe the story behind this. I got this from McDonald's. I was actually buying a burger for my lunch today. And then there was a special that was going on. You add a muffin to get this cup thingy mabob. So I like it. Ask me why. And please do not judge me. Okay? I like it because it's giving Stanley Cup. I know that's right. It's giving Stanley Cup. If you know what a Stanley Cup is, if you don't, that's how it looks like. Okay. And yeah, the girl is like, no, and those that get it. Okay, if you don't get it, forget about it. But anyway, the reason why we sipping on some today is because when we talk, the throat gets dry. So get yourself something and let's get right into it.
God started revealing this revelation. I had to upgrade the title. It's gonna be trading faith. It's gonna take you trading where you put your faith. And what we have to do, which is a very scary thing for people, trade it for the presence of what God wants to do.
So, church hurts, right? I don't even know where to start. Not because I don't know where to start, but because it's such a serious, deep, and sensitive topic. And if you know me, if you've been on this channel for the longest time, I keep it real. I will always tell it like it is. This channel is about truth and shedding light where I can, however I can, and just being truthful. So I'm a church girl through and through. I'm a Jesus girl through and through. Hence the content mostly on this channel. I get to take you guys along with me every time I'm doing my music ministry. It can be church conventions, conferences, or whatever. Even if it's just wedding or I take you guys along with me. But I don't want to lie to you. For the longest time, I think I've been singing since, like seriously singing throughout my 20s up until now. And now, obviously, my music ministry has taken a different turn. I was part of a group before, you guys would know this, part of a group before, and now I'm really working on my solo wing. Yeah, I'm on my, I'm a soloist now. That's what I'm trying to say. But before I'm a soloist, I'm a church girl and I'm a church member. And I think I'm talking about something that anyone can relate to, everyone can relate to. It's not even a matter of being in the same denomination that I'm in. Various denominations. Everybody who goes to church goes through something. Okay, everybody who goes through church, to church, has experienced church hurts to some to some degree or extent. And the reason for this, guys, let's be honest, we need to first be honest that church is a place where a lot of people come there for a lot of reasons. Okay, yes, Jesus this, Jesus that, but at the end of the day, we are humans, and some of us are still carnal, and some of us have really done a lot of work with ourselves, in ourselves, for ourselves spiritually, and we meet at different levels, and that is only fair because we cannot impose we cannot impose certain things on people as far as how far they should be or where they should be in terms of their growth spiritually and in terms of God. There is a fly, and I hate flies, but that's just the truth, about church. And as a result, because of those things, just merely on that level, we can honestly say that church hurt can begin to happen. Some people are there to feel relevant, to be relevant. Some people are there to fellowship. Some people are there because they're bored. Some people are there because they're called into a certain office in terms of their ministry, or being a musician, a pastor, a leader in some departments, an elder or whatever. We are all there for different reasons, and honestly we end up stepping on each other's feet. Now, this is something that I feel like, of all the years that I've been in front of people ministering in song, it has been hard to go through something and have to come and stand in front of people and worship and be be joyful and just present myself as someone who is okay when I'm singing to people who have hurt me, when I'm singing to people who possibly dislike me, when I'm singing to people who have gossiped about me, etc., 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 etc. And this is obviously not in the sense of in an entire room everybody does dislikes or whatever, but you know what I mean. Just like in the same breath, when a pastor comes to minister in front of the church and they have experienced the church hurts, in the sense that maybe the church is demanding them to, or is expecting of him or her to actually be of service when his home needs him more than the congregation. And this is where it gets really tough, because at the end of the day this person has to attend to his reality, his daily reality, and he has to attend to his role as a father, as a mother, as a sister or whatever. But we tend to expect too much because he has to or she has to, because why? He's in that office. Why won't he? Excuse me. Because I mean, he has to. He has no choice. And that's where the lines get blurred. Sometimes I feel that the church gets away with so much in terms of hurting people in leadership and hurting each other, and nobody really has the guts to address it. Nobody really has the guts to call it out for what it is, and nobody has the guts to stand up for the truth anymore, sadly. And so this ends up just building up and piling up and piling up, because at the end of the day, guys, people are humans. Hey, people are children of God. God loves them as much as He loves, as He loves you, and nobody's a favorite in God's eyes. So it really becomes hard. It really becomes hard. We have departments in our churches. Women departments, male departments, and this is for every denomination. Like I have had the privilege of visiting other churches, and I also have friends who are not of the church that I go to, and we share similar the thing, the way our churches are set up are pretty much like similar. And it just gets very difficult when we have the very departments that should be standing up for certain things, but there's no initiative in rectifying some of the issues that get brought up in churches. Sometimes I believe that we have systems that are good at talking, but not at implementing and actually being proactive about certain things. Because how do we explain issues of rape? How do we explain issues of infidelity? In the sense that a married person is pursuing a single person, and we see it, but nobody addresses it. What are all these things for if we cannot really be proactive about them and really be deliberate in the sense of fixing this fellowship that we have and protecting it and having it become solid? Because what ends up happening is that should someone speak up, you hear about it on the sides. Okay, if you're not hearing about it from the sides, you speak about it, you go to people, their reactions um is just one of being very nonchalant and just basically sidelining you. Their reaction is very distant from your issue. You know, it becomes a you problem, not a our problem, not a my problem as a leader that you are coming to me about. What is most painful is when you end up having cliques that are for and against. I don't know how we end up, I don't even know how we get there. How do we get there? Because is wrong not wrong because it's wrong? Wrong should be wrong because it purely is wrong. Right should be right because it's purely right, not because it's someone's child. Like it's there's something very dear to me because I happened to be in a situation where I opened up about something that I did, that I was experiencing, only to find that the reception, excuse me if I get a bit teary, but only to find that the reception that I received was very, no, understand that this person is like this, it's like that. And at that point of being a victim, I am at no liberty. I should not be. I really, I should not be understanding why another person is victimizing me. And if you look at that, it speaks to how much we allow for things to go on without putting ourselves in the person's shoe and actually understanding, one, the strength and the courage it's taken for them to speak up about it. Do you think it's easy for a married woman or a married man to come to maybe the leaders of the church or the pastor of the church or whoever and actually say, my husband, my wife is cheating on me or is sleeping with this single male or female? Excuse me, that's not easy. That is not easy. But we are too finicky and we are too detached from what's actually happening, and we are too far from the truth and making things right because we have people, statuses, you know, I don't know what to protect over this very person that we are supposed to be protecting within the church. And I'm sorry to say this, but the truth is sometimes it even stretches as far as, like I mentioned earlier, should, even worse if it's somebody who maybe deposits lump sum tithes into the church or whatever, and is so influential into, dare you say anything? Dare you say anything? Ha. What are the chances? What are the chances of people believing you if that very person is the one who raped you, or if that very person is the one who, you know, who's been molesting your child? What are the chances of actually, you know? And I'm not, it saddens me. It saddens me, guys. It saddens me because at the end of the day, we're not going to leave our churches. No. We're not going to stop worshiping God. No. That we are not going to do. We are not, because we have to get also to that understanding of separating church and the fellowship with your relationship with God. Because in the day, you will get angry, frustrated at the church, and end up, turning your back, and it doesn't, it shouldn't, that, no, that's a zone we are not gonna go into. And we need to be spiritually mature about it, as hard and as sad as it is. Excuse me. There are just some people that are placed in certain places to just disrupt your fellowship, to just disrupt your spiritual growth, because we're living in a world where the devil is constantly fighting against unity in the churches and against unity in relationships, etc., etc., etc. And the worst thing you can do to yourself is leave the church just because somebody or this and this and this and that. I'm speaking today, something happened that I decided to bring forward to someone, and that I've been talking about for the longest time, but people that I expected to be very, hands-on about it. And kubuhlungu because you get to question yourself, God, how, why? I've been of service in this place for so long. I've been of service, and this is not me saying people should be on my side or whatever, but can we not stand up for what's right? Can we not stand up for the truth? Make it make sense. I've never wailed so much driving back to my house because of the depth. Guys, it was too painful. It was too painful, and I am sorry. If anything, I said to myself, I'm not gonna stop going to church just because of this one particular person who's making my church life difficult. And I have told you guys that one day I will come here and I will speak about it. And I feel like I'm literally at that point where I'm actually going to speak about it, because somehow you just have to be honest. And me speaking about it, the day I speak about it, will be me adding awareness to what actually happens, that we genuinely just take light. But at the end of the day, church hurts is so real, and everybody that goes to church is responsible. When the Bible says be your brother's keeper, it means that it not only means that take care of your brother, but it means that my actions should not affect my brother. My actions should not make my brother feel like they are not supported, loved, welcomed, or whatever. But naye, the brother, the sister, has the responsibility to reciprocate that. It's not only speaking to one side. It's not only speaking to, it's speaking to everyone. And I really pray that in our churches we can get to that point where izinto zisukunyelwe and iqiniso limelwe. I really pray that we can get to that point, because so much damage happens and people walk away and turn their backs on us, having been deeply hurt. And the courage it takes for a person to speak about something is a lot, guys. It's a lot. And this is just a plea to say we should extend grace to our leaders who cannot, not because they don't want to or because they are lazy, but to extend grace to our leaders in the sense that they too are humans. And they have things that are happening, challenges that are happening in their own lives. And give them that allowance to fix, to deal, to attend to whatever it is before we start gossiping, saying and doing whatever. Because at the end of the day, everything that you say about someone, trust me, it reaches their ears. Oh, make no mistake. Then you come to us and you hug. Yeah. And then you come, you hug. But I know that send out. But it is what it is. And we're in church because we want to be in church, because we've identified who we've come to worship. And because you will not decide for us when to and when not to. And church hurts is real, guys. It's deep. This topic is so big. I'm really tempted to do a part 2, because I think there's just so much of healing that we need as individuals. There's a lot. There's a lot. So regardless of how we're feeling, regardless of how we've been hurt, today, Church Hurts Part 1, make a decision to not leave church just because. So you gotta decide, okay, this and this has happened. But I'm staying here. I'm not going anywhere. Because why? I'm here to worship my God. And He does not change just because this has changed, just because they have changed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Church Hurts Part 2. I've just decided I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yo guys, guningi. But if we were to just really care and extend grace and kindness and love and really be true Christians in spirit and in truth, we would be far. Like this video, subscribe, comment, share, tag, do whatever. It's all up to you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye kings, bye queens.